Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Allegra Prince, and today we're going to be going over the Titans mid-season review. So this is going to be covering episodes 1 through 6. Yes, but before we get into the video, I just want to say really quick, I know my channel is very new and I have been neglecting it, but I'm back this past year. I've gotten engaged, I've had a baby, I've lost my job, I've had a pretty big death in the family, and it hit me really hard. And as the year went on, I just got very discouraged about what I wanted to do with the channel, and I was having so many technical issues. It just really discouraged me. But I'm back, and I've told myself that my channel is too new to be discouraged. I have to work with it for a while before I give up on it. So I would like to have videos up bi-weekly. If I can't have them up every week, I'm going to shoot for bi-weekly. So wish me luck. Let's get right into the video. Can currently be viewed on the DC streaming service, online, or on whatever device you can use to download the app. Here in America, overseas it might be a little different, I'm not sure. The show is currently going over the origins of Raven, Beast Boy, Robin, and Starfire, how they team up and fight the bad guys. Okay? So there are a lot of controversial issues leading up to this with the design, like set design, outfits, actors, etc, and everybody has their own opinion about it, so let's just get right into it. Try not to reveal any spoilers. There might be a few, and I'm gonna warn you if it's spoiler-esque or whatever. I'm gonna warn you about the spoilers. But yeah, I'm gonna try to just keep it simple, go over the basic things that I like, the shows as a whole, some pros, some cons, you know the drill, and then I'm going to go into how I feel that the characters are doing, as well as how I feel that the actors are doing. So far, I think the show really has something special going on, but I still feel just like not fully satisfied when I'm watching the show. Like there's something missing, like I don't feel fulfilled at all. Like, you know when you can watch a show and at the end of the show, you're like, man, that was a great show. Can't wait for next week. I feel good. You feel good up until like the next couple of days, and you're fiending for the show to come on again. It's like the show comes on Tuesday and Sunday. You're excited for it to be Tuesday. With this, I'm just like, it's like, oh, it's Friday already. I guess I'll watch Titans. It's just like that. Maybe it could be about 5 minutes longer, but it just feels like, I don't know, it's missing something. Let's just get into some things that I'm loving so far, and the first one would be the location. I love the locations. They're very practical, they're beautiful, they're not too over the top. You can really tell they're putting money into the scenery. Like the circus scene, that was really nice. The Wayne Manor, I really like the way that looks as they show it. Like it looks so realistic, like the bedrooms, like it's dark, it's eerie, it seems like Batman. I just love it. Like, oh, like every time they go someplace else, I'm like, oh, it looks chic, but I kind of like the way it looks. It goes with everything, and there's not just one location. They're not in one location the whole storyline. They're in multiple locations, so they might start off in a mansion, in a police department, in a motel, on the street somewhere, in a restaurant, in the back alley, on top of a roof, in somebody's apartment, all in one episode. And you're like, whoa, there's a lot going on. You don't get bored because they keep changing up different locations, and you have stuff that's stimulating you visually. So I really like it. I like a lot of the, I don't think their outfits were that bad. Okay, I'm just going to throw that out there. For the situation that they put them in, I don't think their outfits were that bad. So speaking of how things look visually, the CGI is amazing. It's a lot better than what I've seen in the movies, and they don't use a lot of CGI, but when they do use it, it really stands out. You're like, wow, that looks great. Like Starfire's powers, or the tiger, how Beast Boy turns into a tiger. It looks really, really good. And I'm okay with the tiger. I feel like people were not that happy about the tiger, but I thought it was pretty cool. It looks great. It looks like an actual real lion. Like, it's amazing. And you can tell they're really investing and thinking about, okay, what should we put this money in when we're going to show somebody something? Like, they don't half-ass the CGI just to show something else. And I really appreciate that. Like, I don't like when a show invests all this money and stuff, but not the CGI. Because it's like, man, you took away something from me when they do that. Like, it's taking away the experience. That's what I'm trying to say. When you have CGI stuff that's gonna be a part of the show, like a main part of the show, and you don't invest in it, it kind of takes away from me personally when I'm watching it. I'm like, they're not investing in this character. They're not investing in this. Why should I be invested in it? That's how I see it, at least. So moving on to the script. The script was very well written. Well, let me not exaggerate, okay? I like the way it was written, okay? I do like how they're giving it a darker, edgier feel. I like the script. I like the screenplays. I feel like the script, how it's written, the things that the characters are saying, really goes with the portrayal of who they want them to be. Like Dick Grayson. I can imagine Dick Grayson saying most of the things he's saying. I can imagine Starfire being the way she is. I can imagine Rachel, Raven, Beast Boy. I can see them really saying these things in real life. I don't hear it all the time, like when they're speaking to each other, like Dick Grayson wouldn't say that. Who is this? I think they're being very true to the characters with how everything is written, or as true as they can be. I mentioned that the show is darker and edgier, but I feel like they fall short. Like, they use a lot of F-bombs, but I feel like they take it back. Like, if you're gonna start throwing F-U-C-K in the mix, I feel like you can do a lot. Cursing and the brutal fighting scenes and all the blood, the bruises, the gory, the heartache, all of it throughout the show. It's serious. They say the F word, but like, I'm gonna need them to throw some SHIT in there. I'm gonna need something else, something, mix it up, make it a little more rebellious for me, okay? Because the F, every time I hear the F word, I'm like, come on, there's so many other curse words out there. If you're gonna use curse words, use the curse words. So when I mean they fall short, like for instance, they'll use the F word, show blood, guts, gory, whatever, but like with the sex scene between Dick and Corey, yep, everybody was like, oh no, they didn't go there, oh, she got some tequila, like everybody was all hyped up about it. I'm like, for something so dark and gritty, they went very PG with the sex scene. And I'm not saying I want to see boobs out, 50 Shades of Grey style stuff in this scene. I'm just saying they could have showed a bit more, especially because the sexual relationship is very important when it comes to Dick and Corey's relationship, especially throughout the comics. I feel like they could have invested a bit more time in it, and just like showing them together in a tasteful way. I feel like they just brushed over it, like, okay, kiss me, okay, we woke up in bed together, we did it, we're just gonna assume we did it, okay? Do you guys get what I'm trying to say? Like, I feel like they could have did more with that because it's so important in the comics. That's all. If you're gonna go there, go there. Like, go there. Like, just do it. We're all adults. This clearly is not a show for kids, but I'm just saying it's clearly not for kids if you're showing blood, violence, saying the F word every 2 seconds. Like, come on. So if you're gonna show a sex scene, show it. I thought, ooh, we're gonna get a tasteful sex scene it's going to progress the story along, it's going to change the dynamic of their relationship. But then it was like 10 minutes later, or an hour later, I don't know, you know. But it was like 10 minutes later, and then everybody's fighting. I was like, what was that? What was that? I feel like that's something everybody was waiting for to see. I feel like they showed it one too early. I feel like everybody was waiting to see that between Dick and Corey, and they showed it way too early, and they didn't invest enough time in there. I don't know if the actors like want to do that, but I mean, you're actors. Come on now. Like, it's not that big a deal. You could do it tastefully. So I'm just hoping that improves. There's only 11 episodes, so I really don't know what to expect. So let's talk about the plot, okay? I feel like I'm in a therapy session. I'm just venting. No. I think, personally, they should be spending a little bit more time together. In the beginning, I could see, but by now, I'm just like, why are they separated all the time? Every episode, they're like together for 2 seconds. I'm like, we want to see them together. We want to see them team up and do stuff together. I feel like if you guys are going to focus so much on somebody's origin, this should have been the whole season. And then they should have introduced the issue like at the very like last few episodes, like Rachel and Trigon or whatever. They should have built that in the last few episodes, but everybody's so apart. I don't know. I think I'm just used to seeing everybody together in everything that I've seen with the Titans. I'm not used to seeing them do everything separately so much. But I guess it almost feels like the Dick and Rachel show. Like, I just feel like every 10 minutes of the show, we're talking about Dick Grayson and his past life. And then 20 minutes of the show is just focused on Rachel. And then the other is whatever else they're throwing in there. And I feel like that's in like almost all the episodes. It's like that. I'm like, okay, we get it. We get it. If they were going to do this with the Dick Grayson, they should have gave him his own show before Titans. I feel like they should have did that. Dick Grayson origin show. 12, 13 episodes. And then we go into the Titans. Even though I do want to see more Dick Grayson, I really do. I feel like this is supposed to be a team show. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Like, I'm kind of enjoying it, but I feel like it shouldn't be so much. I think they can hold off on showing so much about Dick and Rachel when we need more on Corey and Beast Boy. Yes, because there's so much to these characters that we aren't getting. I feel like Corey Anders Starfire has a way more interesting storyline than Rachel. Like, I feel like we should have went with her storyline instead of Rachel's. I'm like, where is this plot going? Why are they focusing on Trigon? Like, with the nuclear family, I would have loved to seen like something that had to do with Brother Blood. Brother Blood would have been perfect. It goes with the nuclear family. They wouldn't have to have all these subplots. Like, I just feel like at first everything seemed so independent because each episode was so different. So everything just seemed a bit independent of its own, even though they had that subplot that was connecting all the characters together. Everything still felt a bit separate. Especially the Hawk and Dove episode. Like, that felt kind of random. The Hawk and Dove episode, that was like my least favorite. That was my least favorite episode. Now, hopefully I got that out as clearly as I could. I'm going to try to keep this as organized as I possibly can. Grayson, played by Brenton Thwaites. Oh my gosh, this guy needs his own show. That's why I was saying, and this guy seems like he needs his own like Nightwing series. Like, let's just show him becoming Nightwing, okay? I could have did with that. We needed either a Dick Grayson show or just him becoming Nightwing, and then we could have got Titans, because I feel like this whole series could have waited until we could have at least gotten 15 episodes instead of 11. But anyways, when I first saw him, I was like, oh, I don't want him to be Dick Grayson. I don't know why I was a hater, sipping on that haterade. I was just like, oh, he looks so young. I didn't even know he was like 30. He looks amazing. He looks younger than me. And I'm like 20 something. Okay? And he's like 30 already. And I don't know. He's really good. I was a hater. I was just making up stuff not to like him. And that's pretty much the only character I did that with. Everybody else, I was like, let's give him a chance. Let's give him a chance. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, he's a very good actor. I like seeing him as Dick Grayson, and I feel like this is his Logan. He has to do this until he's like 45 years old, 50, 60. He's going to have to stay in amazing shape for the next 30 years so he can play this role. That's how he really owns this character, and as the show progresses, you can really tell it becomes more believable that this person is Robin. Like, he does great at fight scenes, like the action scenes. Even if some of it's a stunt double, he does really well at the action scenes. The lines just come out so naturally for him. Like, it seems like they found Dick Grayson to say, hey, you want to play yourself in this show? Like, that's how I feel when I'm watching him. I'm watching him, it's just joyful. It's joyful when you find a character that's just so believable in this person. Like, I'm going to have to join a cult. Gonna have to join like a Dick Grayson cult. A Brenton Thwaites Dick Grayson cult. Is that too extreme? It might be. And that's like really crazy to me with this character is how bloodthirsty he becomes when he becomes Robin. I'm just like, oh my gosh. And when watching him, I'm just like, I don't know if these are some decisions Dick Grayson would make. Like, it just doesn't seem like him. Like, I don't know if these are some decisions that would occur if he was really in this situation. For instance, when he leaves a certain character to die, okay, just left him. No, help me, please. No. I was like, oh, he wouldn't do that. I can't picture him really doing that, but are they giving him some qualities of another Robin? Like, am I seeing another Robin mixed around in there? Like Jason Todd, oh my god, I was fanning out watching that whole thing. I was like, oh my god, this is so much like him. Oh my god, this is just like Jason Todd. Jason Todd would say that. Jason Todd would say that. Oh my gosh. And then like that fight scene with the cops, I was like, oh, it made me really not like him. I was like, oh, they did such a good job with this. It's just like how it was when they first introduced Jason Todd. Nobody liked him. He was an ass. He was a jerk. I like how they just make him like young, and he almost seems a bit like naive a little bit, don't you think? And you could totally see him like getting himself killed in the future, like with how he acts and the decisions that he makes. But yeah, they did a great job with that episode, and they really showed the differences between the two Robins, like the mentality of each one, because all of them are so different. And I feel like people who don't know the comics think they're all the same, or they have all the same qualities, when they're so different in their fighting styles, how they think, what they want, and like all their ambitions and desires and things like that. They're so totally different, and it makes them each unique. It's like we love them all, but we dislike some of them. We really love some of them. We love them all. We dislike some of them, but we hate Jason Todd, but we like him. And now I feel like he needs his own show. Now I feel like Jason Todd's gonna need his own show. I feel like now we need the making of the Red Hood. Now Netflix has the making of a murderer. We need the making of the Red Hood. Okay? Can we get that? That would be fun. So moving on to Corey Anders, played by Anna Diop. I really like her. She was getting a lot of hate, but I like her. I like what she's doing with the character. She's not a bad actor at all. I really appreciate what she's doing. The only problem that I could have possibly had was that she might have been too overpowered, but they worked their way around that. Her powers aren't as strong at night, and a lot of the story takes place at night. It's like mostly It's like the first 10 minutes is during the day, and then the next 30 minutes is at night. So there you go. Some big issues that came up. Just gonna throw it out there. Her outfit, not that big a deal to me. She's looks like a stripper most of the time. She's like naked half of the time in the comics, and then looks like a stripper the other half in the comics. So her looking like this, people are saying she looks like a prostitute. Better than how she looks in the comics. She can't go walking around in some super short shorts, a bra, and some boots in the winter time. That's going to be pretty obvious. And I feel like Starfire, she's an alien. She's supposed to be a little different and quirky and just doing things that aren't normal for us or might be a bit off for us because she's not from this world. That's what I took from it. So there you go. I like the hair. I don't care what anybody says. I like the hair. I think it looks cool. Yes, I want the long orange hair, but I think for right now, I like the magenta hair that they have going on. I just keep thinking, why isn't her hair burning off? If it is a wig, shouldn't her hair burn off? Shouldn't her clothes burn? Shouldn't her fur coat burn? Like, I feel like she should have, I don't know, like I feel like some stuff should be burning, right? Or is it just like, it looks like fire she's emanating out of her body. So I'm feeling like some stuff should burn up. If she's burning up everything around her. Maybe I'm just thinking too much about it. Also afraid that her losing her memory are the writers and like the creators saying we really don't know what to do with her. Which is dumb because just take what you have out the comics. You have a whole archive of DC Comics, a whole history of Starfires that go all okay. I also like how they're doing a very mature relationship between her and Grayson. Like, Starfire is very sexual herself. We have two sexualized characters together and they're being very much mature about it. I feel like they could be doing more with it. Like more tasteful stuff, like nothing too, I'm not trying to see like porn scenes every other episode, like it's not a True Blood episode, but they could be doing a lot of exploring with each other, you know, like they're both trying to find out who they are, so I really hope they tap into that. And Corey and Grayson have a very big relationship, like they almost get married at one point. So if they're going to make this a serious relationship, I hope they show them together, actually working together. I feel personally when I see interracial relationships with a black woman with another race on TV, you don't really see them, you don't see too many of them together. Like they're always separated throughout the seasons, or they're not in a good relationship, or just something where they just, you're like, why are they even together anyway? Like, and I hope with this, they just show the two people working together, trying to keep this team together, trying to keep everybody safe, trying to work on their relationship. And I hope they show them as a strong, dynamic duo. Like, I really want to see them, like, strong together, making good decisions together, not arguing. I like how they can talk to each other. I feel like when people have sex or they show a sex scene between two people that don't really know each other, they always make it awkward after, and they didn't do this, so I'm really happy about that. I know Starfire in the comics is very free and liberated, and, like, sex isn't, like, that big of a deal to her. But, yeah, I just don't want to see any petty arguments. A lot of shows, when they do relationships, there's just like a dumb argument between the couple. Just something so stupid to where they can't come together and agree on something. And I really hope they don't go there. Okay, let's just get it over with and talk about Rachel. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm really not. Roth, played by Tegan Croft, is supposed to be Raven. I don't see Raven in this character. They're going with, okay, I can get they're going with like, oh, demonic possession, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. Like, whatever works. But the person in this, I'm not going to say she's a bad actor. I'm not. I'm just gonna say she's miscast. Okay, cast me in the right role. I can be a star. Characters, I was like, okay, she could be good. Like, she could be good. She might not be a bad Raven. But man, I really had an open mind about her. Like, I'm trying to... Okay, give me a minute. I need to think about some positive things. Okay? I'm gonna come back. Just feel like her by herself acting in a scene, I don't want to see it. She saw her mom. It might not be her biological mom, but it's the lady that raised her and did the best with her and provided her with a stable home and as normal as a childhood as she could possibly have. She saw this lady's brain get blown out. She saw her get shot in the back of the head in front of her. I would be crying like every day. I'd be distraught every day. My mom's gone. The only family I have, the only person that I have, gone. And she's just like, they killed my mom. They killed my mom. I need help. I would be like, they killed my mom. My mom is dead. Like, I would be a mess. Like, if somebody shot my mom, I'd be a mess. And yes, she did get revenge. And spoiler, this is from like episode 1. Okay, spoiler. She kills the guy. Okay, she kills the guy that killed her mom. And even then, the first time killing a person, I would have been like, it would have made me feel weird. And she's just like, I swear I don't know how I killed that guy. What? What? You know things jump out of your body and you don't know how you killed a person? So lastly, we have Garfield Logan, aka Beast Boy, played by Ryan Potter. I really like him. I feel like he's the most underutilized character. I don't have much to say about him because they don't give much of him on the show. Great CGI. I feel like he's really fun. I like him with Raven. Rachel. See? They should have just named her Raven. What the heck? Why does everybody have their real name and Rachel doesn't? I'm gonna stop. Do I sound like a hater? I hope not. That's all I really have to say about Beast Boy. They don't give me anything. Like, he's fun. He has great lines. I like how he changes into the animals. The CGI is great. I want him to have some different pants he could wear. He needs like some sweatpants or something. He had a whole book bag and he still only has a jacket and some pants. What did they put in that book bag? When they gave him that book bag, they were like, here, Gar, go about your way. First, I'm surprised Dick was just like, yeah, get in the car, stranger. Like, yeah, just come with us. We'll figure it out together. I'd be like, whoa, I don't really know you, but I guess you could come. They were just like, here's a backpack, go with them. And the backpack was like flat as hell. I hate in shows when people are carrying around backpacks that look like they have nothing in it. But I mean, out of everybody that could have had some clothes, I feel like Gar could have like some gray sweatpants and some black sweatpants and a different jacket. I get that might be like his jacket, but I get tired of seeing people in the same thing. Oh my god. I brought up that sex scene and I didn't even bring up that Corey had on that outfit for like a whole month. She was all the way in a different country. She had on that outfit and did the sex scene. I'm like, damn, what she smell like? I'm like, he just going down on her. I'm like, whoa, if she had on that tight ass shit for a long time. Look, I'm just gonna assume she like rinsed off. I'm like, she could have changed. They both could have changed it. They could have both showed them coming out the shower and she just slipped her dress back on. Like, hey, you want to talk? You want to think about your past? Let's do it. That's pretty much how the scene went. But yeah, am I the only one that noticed that? They didn't have to do that. Like, she had on that dress for a long ass time. It's hot down there. It's hot. Okay? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. Just change. I'm glad everybody got to change their clothes by episode 7. Spoiler alert: they get whole new clothes by episode 7, but it's not really new. It doesn't. You can't. It's hard to notice. But they finally changed their clothes after being together for like 2 weeks. Some things that I noticed with the show is I just feel like the show is meant to be binge watched. Maybe that's why I feel a hole on the inside when I'm watching it, because I need to binge watch all 11 episodes in one day. Okay? I don't know. Like, I feel like the show was made to be binge watched. I feel like it was released at a weird time. Like, they released it like, oh, let's just do it weekly because all of our shows aren't really going to start until like January, February, blah, 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 blah. I feel like the whole thing should have just came out in January. October, January, we could wait like 3-4 months for everything. They should have released everything in January. It feels rushed, but it feels slow. It feels like there's supposed to be more episodes than 11 episodes when I'm watching it. But yeah, that's my only concern. And I feel like they should just make it an hour. I think they're about 40 to 50 minutes long, 42 to 50 minutes long each episode. I'm pretty sure the first episode is a little longer. But I feel like they should just make it 60 minutes. Why not? It's their show. I feel like it should just be 60 minutes. That way you can give more characters their time on the screen. We can see the Titans together. I'm hoping now we'll see more of the Titans together. Now that it's mid-season, I feel like we got everything out the way. You know, we threw some stuff under the bus. Some stuff got blown up. Some people died. Some people killed people. We threw a lot of F-bombs out there. So now I feel like the Titans should just stick together now and do their thing. I would really recommend this show to a lot of people. Like, it's a good show. And I know, you know, you could be kind of like skeptical because you're actually paying for the service. And I lie, I do know where it's at. Outside the US, it's on Netflix. Some people get to watch it on Netflix outside the US. Does that mean they could binge it? I bet they're a lot happier than I am. But yeah, you're paying for the streaming service. You know, you don't really want to wait. You want it to be like Netflix. I hope they make it like Netflix eventually. But yeah, I think people should check it out. If you're waiting to binge it, it's totally worth the binge. I like the show. I like the show. Did it sound like I didn't like the show? Or did it just sound like I didn't like Rachel? Yeah, I like the show. I really enjoyed it. I would recommend people binging it. I'm really excited about this Donna Troy episode. Did I see a Donna Troy episode? I think I saw a Donna Troy episode. I'm really excited. I didn't expect that. Just threw me for a loop. I didn't expect it at all to see the Donna Troy thing coming in. I'm like, so we can't get, not too many people know she was part of the Titans early on. You know, I think they just probably associate her with, is it Young Justice? They might just associate her with Young Justice. But anyway, yeah, that is my mid-season review of the Titans. You guys should check it out. It has an 84% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's not that bad to watch. If you're a Titans fan, I would definitely take a look at it. So if you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell. I'm definitely going to start making more content. Don't forget to talk about any other things that I missed, some things that you want to mention in the comments down below. Yeah, bye.